I haven't been recording at this time. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing briefly is creating a way out. Okay, to pass this competition, you need at least 50%. Okay, maximum risk is 5 lots and then 1,000 pips. So for that, the best pair you can trade is the pair known as US 30. Okay, on some brokers is known as the Dow Jones. This is the actual name, but I think on my funded FS they call it DGI. They call it DGI 30, I think. This is what it looks like on my funded FS. So this is like the best pair for you to trade. And I think we'll have to jump on the charts to actually understand how to trade it. Already, you should know that the best way to make money with this is using what we have been learning in our class. I think I'm going to turn off the captions. Okay, so the strategy you're going to be using most likely is what we have been doing in our session. What we have been doing so far, so good. Now, I feel we have not covered liquidity, but God helping me, within this week, I'll be doing liquidity section so that you guys can actually understand that one. That should help you a lot. But for now, if you take your time to implement knowing the trend, getting your key levels, where to enter the market, your FIB, using your FIB to know your entry areas, then study the market pressure. I'll be doing a video on market pressure. We covered that in the live class we did today. So I'll cover that later on in our class on a video as well so that you guys can have the idea. If you work with market pressure, you should be able to determine an entry and it should keep you profitable. Like it's like the most neat trading strategy that has ever existed. So moving on, let me actually just go onto the chart and show you guys what US 30 looks like. Is US 30. As you can see, the one I'm using is for 8 cap. You can see it highlighted on the side here. When I highlight it, the one I'm using is for 8 cap. So in case if you're adding it to your own, you know what to add. US 30 under 8 cap broker. So I will open this up. I'm trying to open it now. This is US 30. This is US 30. It's a dangerous pair, but at the same time, is literally one of the best. Okay, it's literally like one of the best. So just to answer Chidera, I see your question. What we're doing exactly is covering what you need for the My Funded FS challenge. Okay, I believe everybody here is on the My Funded FS challenge, the monthly challenge. So what we're doing is covering what you need to do, what you can do to make money with it, what you can do to pass the challenge. I had to risk my own account to create this thing. So I just need you to follow me now so that I can show you what I was able to find and what you can do with it, how it's going to help you. Now, quickly, like I said, so quickly, you just need to work with this, you just need to have an understanding of the 4-hour time frame. Not applicable. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's going to be 4H. So now if you take your time to study this pair, let me show you why I chose this pair. If we decide to watch how many pips it moves, take this candle for example now. Just this candle here has moved 273 pips and you need 1,000 to pass the challenge. So if you were able to catch this move all the way up to this place, is exactly 711. If you're able to hold it to this area, is 1,000, is over 1,000 pips. So US 30 can give you whatever you need. Is a very volatile pair, but is also a pair that should keep you profitable. Okay, it's a pair that should put money in your pocket. And one of the good things about US 30 is the clean structure. Is very clean, as you can see. If you look from here, it's very clean. we didn't break this structure, and immediately price pulls up. Just this move here is, I think, another 100 pips, another 1000 pips. So it has a very clean structure. When it wants to go up, it goes up. When it wants to go down, it goes down. So how can you actually profit with this? How can you actually make money? Like I said, understanding the structure. First, if you take your time to study this 4-hour structure, you see that in here, just around the in this little bit of price from here to here, you see that we have price going up. We created from this area, we started creating minor structures. This is a minor structure. These small ones, these are minor structures. And then in here, we had a very serious pull down. This is a major move, a pullback to the upside that did not break. We broke the lows again. And then at this moment, if you were around when this was happening, this would have been the best moment for you to pull up your fib, drop it in here, and you see the market returned exactly to 618, and we started falling down. So you as a trader would have been waiting for the market within this area, 50 to 7.75, sorry. This is where you would have been waiting. This is exactly the zone where you would have been waiting for the market. Although I tend to draw this, sorry, most times I don't use this guy. I don't use my rectangle. I use Gann box. There's a way I set it. I'll show you the settings as well. So this is how I drop it, and let me delete the fib. Now you see this is how my Gann box looks. For those that want to see the settings, this is what it looks like. 0, 1, 0.5. Okay. This 0, 1, 0.5 fib. Okay, let me this is my fib setup. This is my setup 0, 0.6181, 0.5, minus 0.5, 0.72, and minus 1. You can still do minus 2 if you want. Minus 2. You can do minus 1.5 if you want. But those ones are not really necessary. So you can just keep them hidden until when they are necessary. But these are my settings. These are my settings for my fib. So you just pull it up and do your own. Do the same thing. Chris, I believe you have seen what you want to see, right? Sorry. I believe you have seen what you want to see. So moving on. This is my Gann box. This is exactly where I'll be waiting for the price. Just exactly in this place. Okay. So if you were monitoring this market, you should have been waiting at this area. And then when you want to trade US 30, my advice for you is wait for it on the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes time frame is the next best place to get your entries. Now, if we were to do a real life market example, imagine you were in the market and you saw this move where it broke the high, higher low, higher high, minor higher low, minor higher high, minor higher low, minor higher high. Now remember in the 4-hour, let's go back to the 4-hour. There's something I want to show you guys on the 4-hour. If you go back to the 4-hour, you notice that in this area, before the sell-off, the first thing you start noticing is minor structures. So if you're in any trending market and you begin to see minor structures, not just anyhow, but they happen much, very much, there is a possibility that the direction of the market is about to change. Okay? If you find yourself in any market that is trending, like it's trending, is going up, and then all of a sudden it begins to create minor structures. Not just once, not just twice. It happens frequently. Majority of the time, this market is trying to take a turn to the downside. This market is about to take a turn to the downside. I believe that should have passed value to anybody. Okay. So now if we are, let's go back. This is what we're seeing on the 4-hour. Now, if you check the 5 minutes, you see almost the same exact thing happening just in here. We were in a huge trending market, main structures. This is our main structure here. A big push, a big push. Then from here, we started getting small guy, small one here, safe. And then in here, price pushes down, retraces a little bit, and then drops all the way downward. And then I'm sure some people will be like, how am I going to actually have gotten this trade? Now, from the higher time frame, you would have been waiting for price to come into this area. Abi, you should have been waiting. Now you have a whole lot of areas to attack it. Maybe you will not see it on the 5 minutes, but you should be able to see it on the 1 minute. Now, if you look at the lower time frame, you see in here, this is higher high, higher low. This is a higher low, right? Let's get rid of this guy. So you already are expecting sell from the 4 hour. You are expecting sales from the 4 hour. So now you come onto the 1 hour, the 1 minute time frame, and you are exercising your authority on what you know. You're already expecting sales. Okay, you're expecting sales. So now we have this move: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, say you come to the market at this point in time. This time is 6:43 p.m. So let's say you come in at 6:43 p.m. at this point. The most easier thing you would have done is just pull your fib. Abi, if you pull your fib, this is 618. In this area, safe. If you catch this high and pull your fib, this is not the best trade because it just touched 0.5. But I know if you can filter it and use this high here, this high to this low, this is the main push here. If you use this one, it will balance up. Okay, but let's say you don't see this one that I'm seeing now, you don't see it, and the one you saw, that was not what I wanted to delete. Let's say you did not see this one, but you saw this one I'm showing you now. You should have been able to get an entry somewhere here. You'd have been able to sell here. You would have sold at the close of this candle. Stop loss will be just at the top here, and it will be 15 pips. That would have been your entry. And then you say, what will be my target? You can target the 4-hour structures. You can target the 4-hour structures. Now you have the first thing that this has done for you is get you a very good entry. You have gotten a very good entry. Let me use 1 hour. Let me use the 1 hour to get our stop loss. Our entry is somewhere in here. We can't even see it because it's too small. This would have been your entry here. And you'd have been in this sale. You see this sale, this one has moved 300 pips, even more than that safe, and it might continue dropping. So how exactly are you going to be able to get TP? Your TP can be all the way down here, because if this sale is going to continue dropping, you should come back to this place. This is already 838 pips. Now, you might not exactly get 838 pips, but at the very least, we have gotten almost half of it. This is almost 400. So, excuse me, guys, let me ask, is this not a good setup? Tell me. Somebody should answer me on the chat. Is this not a good setup? I'm waiting for your responses on the chat. Is this not a good setup? Is this a good chat? Is this not a good setup? Is this not a good setup? Somebody should reply me. Somebody should reply me. Thank you. You only need 4-hour structures. Then you jump onto the 5 minutes the moment you get what you're looking for, so that you can take. Now, it is like one of the best I've seen so far. 4-hour structure is what you need to find out trend. Then you jump to the 5 minutes time frame, 5 minutes, to easily get a quick entry that will not cut your neck, with the 4-hour guiding you. So let me quickly establish the rules. Now. Let me establish the rules. The rules we'll be working with for this is first we need 4-hour structure, Abby. 4-hour structures. 4-hour structure, or you can say 4-hour trend. And then after that, after we have confirmed change in structure, after we've confirmed a change in structure, which we know as CMS, a change in market structure, we'll move to the 5 minutes. We'll move to the 5 minutes and look for change in direction. We'll look for change in direction. So this is exactly what you are going to be looking for. It's very simple. 4-hour structure, trend, move to the 5 minutes and look for change in structure. So basically, since we have established this, what we're going to do now is let's look for another example, because one example is never always enough. So delete that. So let's take for example that you were around this area, and if you were looking from all the way back here, you will see that we came from descending, lower high. Yeah, from this area, you see this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high. And then in here, we created a failure swing. I don't know if we have discussed swings. Should be in the next video as well. Let's continue. So in this area, this was the lower low, right? But price did not break it. So this is a failed swing. And then price changes direction, goes back to 38.2. I'm sure that was 38.2. It wasn't 7. It wasn't up to any, yeah. It was 38. Some say it was around 38.2. Goes back to 38.2. Now, I won't really stress much on 38.2 level. 38 happens when you have a very, very bullish move. If it is too bullish, most of the time, this market cannot return to 618. If it returns to 618, the direction will change back to bearish. So at most, it will come to is 38. So let's activate 38. You see, that's almost close to it. That's mostly where it will return to if it is very bullish. But we don't really care about that guy. So this is a market that now breaks the high. Higher low was created in here. So let's say we're coming in at this particular point. So we have a higher low in here. And we are seeing this market like this. We're expecting buys, right? This is what we'll be expecting. Let's say, I'm saying if you are in the market and this candle, this white candle here has painted. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. And this white candle here has painted. You have seen it. It has closed. Say if it has closed here, and is this one now that is moving. This is where you are currently. So I think we'll drop a rectangle there to mark out where we are currently. Now let's say we are seeing this, and then we jump on to the 5 minutes now. This is the problem we tend to have. Let's go back to the 4-hour. The market is trying to cut us off. The market is trying to cut us off, it's trying to cut us off, it's trying to cut us off. So, Holy Ghost, find us, find us. Okay, the Lord has found us. Okay, let me start going before Toby will start calling me man of God now. Okay, so this date is, let me check the date. This is 11 p.m. 23rd of June. Okay, so let's go back to the 5 minutes now. 11 p.m. 23rd of June. 11 p.m. 23rd of June. I mean 23. 23rd of June, 11 p.m. I'm close to 2 p.m. now. So this is where we are. Now finding price is going to be the problem now. This is one of the problems we have whenever we work. Okay, I found it. So we are supposed to be somewhere in here. There's our rectangle, please. If anybody spots the rectangle, please let me know. That's exactly what we should be looking for now. The rectangle we dropped. 11 p.m. I just remembered. This is not 11 p.m. I mean 8 p.m. now. 11, 4 a.m. 7 p.m. Okay, this is 11 p.m. So let's say this is when you're coming to the market. So this should be when that candle just finished painting, somewhere in here. And this is when you're coming in. Now, keeping this more. I prefer seeing my candles like this. I don't want them always looking fat. So this is where we are currently. And you're looking at this structure. You see we have a very, very bearish market at this point. Then we enter this very long consolidation that we have here. And already you looking at it from the 4 hour, you already know that you are expecting a buy. Okay, we're expecting a buy, nothing else. At this point, we pushed up, pushed back down. This move is bullish. It's too bullish. Please, if you are joining, anybody that's joining should please mute. We're just the push is too bullish, so we won't be working with this one. The push is too bullish, so what we will most likely be working with is after this sweep down, the push up. So in here now we have fulfilled what we needed in structure. Mind you, this was bearish, so the only way we can take buys here, what we're looking for is buys, but the only way we can enter is if we have this higher high, higher low, higher high structure. So we're looking for a higher low to enter. So at most, what we'll be doing here is after this low happens, this push happens, during this retracement, that is when we can then use our fee from this area. Okay, so now you see this is exactly down to 0.618. But 618 is not always that important to us. What is most important is the fact that price got to 0.5, which we can pull our gun box from here and drop it. The reason why I use that gun box is it makes it easier. Instead of working with the whole fib, I can delete the fib and just work with it. It's more simple. Okay, so we see how price tagged in here. Most of us would have entered the buy. If you didn't catch it here, you would have entered the buy somewhere in here. Stop loss would have been just here, 40 pips. And we'll be targeting something that is bigger. This is 248. You would have even been targeting more than that. Some of our greedy fellows here, people like Toby. I know Toby is very greedy. So Toby can be targeting something as huge as this one. As long as you have the patience, see this strategy, why I love it is as long as you have the patience, it will continue to work. As long as you have the patience and you're ready to work with long time frame, higher time frames, work with higher time frame buyers. Toby, which one is you now? You're very greedy. I know the greedy people here. So as long as you are actually ready to be patient, you always get the best trades with this. See how this is neat. See our entry is neat, very neat. So just keep it simple. It should just be simple. And this is 300 pips. And then again, please don't be like me. I noticed that the reason why my account died out was one thing, I told you guys I was test running this whole strategy, but what I did, I noticed that was wrong was I was trying to catch the 1,000 pips immediately. That was crazy. Yes, I was trying to catch the whole 1,000 pips at a time. I think when I was trading, it was still back here. I was trading when the market was still somewhere in here. I was trying to catch this wholesale. Shibi, this was last week now. Yes, this was last week. So I was trying to catch this wholesale. That I was trying to catch it exactly from somewhere in here. I was trying to catch everything, but I was trying to risk very small. I didn't want to risk much. I wanted to catch the whole move. I wanted to catch 1K at a move. So, see, I'm not greedy. Please calm down. I'm not greedy. I like opportunities too much. I'm not like to be greedy. So, moving on. Moving on. Let's look for another example for the sake of Chris. Chris, you are welcome anyways. We have touched down on a lot, but then you will not come and go without receiving the blessings. So let's actually look at another example. I believe we're all learning, please. Hope everybody is learning. Hope everybody is learning. If you are learning, please drop that in the chat. I'm learning, drop it in the chat. I'm learning, drop it in the chat. While we're looking for another example, I'm learning, drop it in the chat. I want to see it on the chat. I'm learning. I'm waiting. You guys should. Okay, it's recording. Oh, guys, stop telling me you are not greedy. That one is not my business. I say I'm learning. Delete again. Okay. So now let's look for another example, something that anybody can do. Okay. The problem we're having with this pair is that the structures are too clean. Can't you see? Sure, you're seeing how the uptrend is. This uptrend started 10th of July 2023, and see how it has continued. Clean, it has been happening. This is 27th of June. Time. We have used our 40 minutes. Guys, okay, guys, what is going to happen now is I'm going to shut down the meeting and start it again. Okay, so the moment I restart, you guys should just join me. Okay, mute yourself. Mute yourself so that I don't come and mute you by myself. Use the chat. Use the chat if you want to say something, please. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Keep this by my side. Okay, so another example. So let's say we are looking at a trending market. We have this pushing up, pushed down. Let's use this one. Let's use this example here, where price is lower high, lower low, sorry, lower high, lower low, and then price breaks it, creates this high. So we're working with a scenario where this is the most recent in here, and then all of a sudden the market skyrockets, and then you see this pullback here doesn't even get close to anything around it. So imagine we're working with this. Chris say let's be doing this every 12 a.m. 3 times a week. Oh, consider that. Maybe my next teaching can be like this. If people are okay, the next class that we're supposed to do can be like this. We'll do it tomorrow. If you guys are okay, we'll do it tomorrow. The next teaching will be like this tomorrow. So you guys should check. If you're okay with that, we'll do it like this tomorrow, 12 a.m. like this. So, okay, let's say we are taking this place as our entry area. Okay, so this is where the market is. We are working with a scenario where the market is not able to pull back to, what we have been dealing with in the class this year is the market pulling back to discount before buying. So in a scenario where the market does not pull back to discount, So what you do is, in this area where we see possibilities of it continuing up, Toby said, like you have time to redeem it. Okay, so let's pull back here. What we will do here is, since we already have these areas where we might be continuing the up movement from, you would most likely mark this place out. Let's see if it falls into the 38, because I feel that should be the region as well. Sorry, I'm trying to do something. There's a whole lot of pop-ups on my screen. Yeah, so it's really disturbing me. Okay, I think I was able to get rid of some of them. So let's say we have, let me turn up 38.2. We didn't even get to it. Okay. So in this case now, let's say we take this, sorry about me being distracted. The Zoom stuff has been popping up on my screen too much and it's disturbing me. So let's say we have this area as the area where we're looking at retracement happen. We're expecting the markets to continue up from here. We have seen the market reject this area. So we have this pull up here. The most simple thing we will do in this area is, let me mark up this area. This is not what you'll be doing, but me, I'm doing it because we're replaying price. So this one we're looking at now is the 14th of July, 2023, around 8 a.m. So now we can jump to the 5 minutes, 14th of July, right? 14th of July. Yeah, that's it. So this is what it will look like. Now, one thing you want to see here now is, you see here, we also have a downtrend. Lower low, lower high, failure swing, failure swing, failure, another failure again. This place is a whole a bountiful of failure. So many failures in here. So in here, we failed to break the low with this, failed to break the high with this, failed to break the low with this again. But one thing that is noticeable here is the fact that in here we created something that's known as an equal high. We created an equal high in here. And yes, I'm recording it. I'm recording it. We created an equal high, and then this candle here, this very candle here, we created something known as a swing high in this place to be covered in the next class. This is a swing high. So that makes it an area the market would want to retrace to. Okay, that makes it an area the market would want to retrace back to. So moving on, regardless, we'll just get rid of all this. We're not using all these things for now. See, when we have discussed it. So at this area here, when the market pulls up and breaks this high, so we have this push up here. So this now, this push up here now breaks this high. So this should be the moment we start looking at this market and start taking it serious. The moment it breaks this high, all this time that it has been dancing, we don't even care. But the moment it breaks this high, we now believe, okay, this guy is about to go up. So what is the most recent swing here? Some people work with this, but left for me, I would say this is a higher high here, higher low, and then the push. So it's best you work with the one that is most recent. So we'll work with the most recent swing points. And you see how this outlines why price stopped here. If you had confused yourself and say, let me work with the swing here, you see that you wouldn't have gotten what you're looking for. Although you would have gotten this as 382 if you were looking for 382. But if you just walked with the most recent swing, this is a swing low here, this is a swing high here. If you walk with the most recent swing, you see how price just taps into this 0.5. And you would have been in here. This is where you would have been buying in the 5 minutes. Maybe you will not catch, I don't know, maybe even if you don't catch this one, you should have caught this leg. You would have, let's say, entered in this candle, or let's say we take the second candle as where you entered. Stop loss exactly beneath the 0.72, and you are targeting way up. I don't even know how to start targeting it, it's too much. Let's do 15 minutes. Then you can start targeting the higher time frames. Okay, so moving on. So in this case here, we just broke the high. This is the last one we're doing for the night. So this one broke 7.2, so we won't be taking this. And then we'll have this market that did not break the high, and then we broke this low. Retracement back up. So this becomes lower low. Now we've broken this lower high, lower low. Even if we were waiting for this is where we would have wanted to take a sell. Okay, I'm still, because I know when this candle will be painting, you'll be looking for a sell. You won't be expecting it to push up. So we're still going to take this area. The only problem I know, the only thing I know that would help you avoid it is if you pull your fib and you see it has gone past 7.2, you avoid this trade. Okay, so that's the only saving grace we have in this one. You will avoid this one because it broke 7.2. So in this case, price goes up, breaks this high, comes back down, takes out this low again. So here now we can pull our fib from this high to this low. And turns out that it did not come to 0.5. So we still ignore that one again. And then coming in here, after this lower low here, lower high, lower low created here again, lower low created here, and then this deep push in. Now, if we were looking at this one, we would be drawing our fib all the way from here to this place. And this would have been a bad trade again. So we would have avoided this as well. If we said, let us look at this one again, this would have been a bad trade as well. So we'll just avoid all these things. One thing you should notice about trading with premium and discounts is the fact that it helps you filter your trade. It will always filter your trade to help you filter which trade to avoid and which trade to take. As long as you have that acting as, you have your premium and discounts acting as a filter, it is very hard to take a wrong trade. So now we didn't take this trade again. And then here now price moves, breaks this low again. So this is the low. This is the low, broken. And then now we can pull our fib, most recent high, most recent low. And we're looking for premium. Gun box, drop. The reason why I'm using this gun box is it makes it easier for me to monitor the trade. Then I'm monitoring. This is where we are currently now. And this is 29th of May. So now that you have gotten price, enter and reject. The moment you get a rejection, you don't even need to get a rejection. See, sometimes you don't need to get a rejection. The number one thing is that price has entered this region now. The moment you have gotten this entrance into this region, you can move to the lower time frame. But if you want to be conservative, you don't want to lose money, then wait for a retracement. You can wait to get maybe one blue candle. That is that we have this blue candle here. If you zoom in, you see this blue candle. Once you get one candle that looks blue, then you can go to the lower time frame. Okay. So in my case here, we'll be jumping to lower time frame. This is 29th of May. So now let's jump to the lower time frame. What doesn't look like it? Blood of G. They still didn't allow us to go back to May. This is stopping us on July. That's pretty crazy. These people are trying to challenge me to pay for this thing. I refuse. Every temptation. I, they are trying to tempt me, but their temptation will not succeed. Okay, let's move. So we'll work with just the 15 minutes. 5 minutes refused us to open it. Okay, so this is that push in there and then the retracement. Now remember I said before you start trading, look for a change in structure, change in direction, sorry. And we came in here, we're looking for sales. And then when you look from here, you see we started having this kind of lower low. It's consolidating, but you notice that it's consolidating to the downside. We have this kind of consolidation happening. It's even a very clear one. We have this kind of consolidation happening. So it's a downtrend. The market is trending to the downside, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high. So if you were active here, and we now get this one that happens here, this move here that now breaks the low, this one that breaks the low and then pushes back in, you would have had your fib waiting here on the 5 minutes. And see how this gets into the 5 minute, gets exactly into the 0.5. If you were on the 5 minutes, you should have gotten an entry somewhere here to take a trade. Or on the 1 minute, you should have gotten an entry. That lower time frame because of the pre-plan or trading view. So yeah, this is where you would have been looking for a trade. And imagine you were able to get the sell here. Imagine we were able to get the sell, stop loss just at 7.2, that's 30. And you are targeting, let's say you're doing 5 hour. If you're doing 5 hour, that will be just here. If you're doing 10 hour, this is an 12-hour trade. This 12 hour. We can continue targeting downwards anyways, but I just worked with what we have here, depending on your greed. And you see how these trees are looking neat, very neat. You don't have, they are looking very neat. This thing, they were now. This was looking like a 10-hour trade. So actually, it's supposed to be 12-hour. 12-hour trade, and it's looking very neat. It goes straight into your profits or it goes straight to tag you out. So I'm rounding off now. So I believe we have learned something. I believe everybody learned something from this one. Okay. I believe everybody learned something very great on this one. I want you to go and start implementing it on your competition account. Start using it to trade on that account. I want to start seeing screenshots within this week. Okay. And we're going to hold another section like this. Like we're going to host another section like this within the week. Tell me which day is okay for you. It will be 12 a.m. like this, just like today, so that we do it when everybody can be available because of midnight sub, those that are using midnight sub. Okay, so yeah, let me know which other day is okay for you guys. And I hope everybody got value. I hope everybody got value. Friday, Chris is saying Friday. Friday, am I free this Friday? Yes, I'm free this Friday. Yeah, I'm free this Friday, so we can do Friday. We can do Friday. Any other person can do Friday. To be saying, I learned from this last one. I still need the fib setup. Thanks for the class, boss. Okay, for the fib setup is not something that this is my own setup. Just work with it. Do this. Just go and activate this same number 0.6181, 0.5 minus 0.5, 0.5, 0.72. You can even do 7.5 here and then -1. These are my levels. You can use it. Then on the side, keep 0.382, -2, -1.5. These ones are profits. Profits. You can just keep them by the side. But this one is in case of a very bullish move. If it's not going to come back to 0.5, it will surely touch this area. Okay? Yeah. So, anyways, hope everybody learned something. Hope we learned something. Please, hope you learned something. Victor, I hope you learned something. Is Victor still with us? Okay, Victor is still with us. Hope we all learned something. Like I said, please start implementing it. Every other new video for the class, every other new video is going to be going to the website. Okay. If you have not started, if you have not logged in on the website, please do. What did I say? If you have not logged in, please do. It is very important that you are using, this is where you are going to be doing all your lessons now. Every 10 lessons now is going to be happening there. So I'm no longer going to be sending videos to YouTube. I'm no longer going to be sending links on WhatsApp. Whenever there's a new video, you will go to this place and you will watch it from here. This is like the next best thing for the academy so far. Like, is the highest I have. It's like one of the best things that has happened for all of us, not just for me, for everybody. I believe it's for everybody. It's not just for me, it's for all of us here. If the academy is growing, you guys are growing as well. So now you can go out and say, I'm learning from an academy online. If somebody said, where did you learn Forest? You will not say it's one guy on WhatsApp. You see it's an academy online. You learn from a Forest Trading Academy. And they say, first, what's the website? tradewiseacad.com.ng. That was the website you learned from. How much is their course? It's just 40K. It's one-time payment. How is their teaching? It's like the next best thing that has happened for me is what I'm using to trade. As you can see, I'm profitable and things will be fine. Like, this is one of the login I created. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So please, this is where you guys are going to be learning from now. Oh. Take it serious. And I just pray God will continue to help us. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's my voice. Shut up, Joe. Okay. With that, I want to say it was nice having you guys on the section. We'll be looking at Friday. We'll be looking at Friday, hopefully. We'll be looking at Friday, and by the grace of God, Friday we should be meeting. By the grace of God, Friday we should be meeting. And yeah, it's nice having you guys online. See you in the next class. I'm ending the meeting now. If you have questions, send them to my DM. This guy, I don't know. That's like a picture from God knows how many years ago. It was that this picture was added to WordPress. So ever since then, this picture has been existing since 2019. So ever since then, any website I open up, I try signing in with my Gmail, it automatically uses this picture, and I don't know how to change it. So just forget it, I beg. No, I'm ending the meeting. If you have questions, please drop them on my DM. And please, what we just learned, don't just keep it. Go and start using it. Go and start using it. And yeah, it was nice having you guys online, like I said earlier. See you guys in the next video. I'm ending it now.